got a bit of a dilemma here. I'm usually out cutting trees, got lots of them to cut. And some of the trees are in pretty dense stands of bush. So trouble with that is I don't really have a way to get in that deep bush and get the trees out. Normally, if the trees are near a well-established trail, I can get in there with the tractor and haul them out. But that gets really troublesome when the trails get really tight. So here's my idea. Got the ATV. I can usually get most places. I can normally tow the logs, but sometimes when the logs get a bit bigger, they aren't easily towed. So I had this idea, and the idea is to build something that basically gets towed behind the ATV. And so if we can imagine, look at that 3D view. Something like that. Maybe we got this thing up here as a winch, and it basically has a hook on it. So I'm trying to build something like this. I guess you'd call them I'm gonna call it the log hauler. There's probably a name for it. I just don't know what. So I'm gonna build a log hauler, and I've seen these commercially built. I think Norwood makes them. There's probably some other companies that make them, but I looked, and I was looking at prices around $1,000. And for me, that is definitely out of the question. I don't know if you guys are like me, but I'm not tight as a drum, but I'm definitely playing a tune that's a bit tighter than normal. So I want to save that $1,000. I got lots of scrap lying around. I'm going to try to throw my own scrap into this. Maybe I'll have to buy 2 wheels. I don't have any of those, but I'll try to use the junk I got around here, wheel something together, fire up the welder, and see if I can make something before I go out and spend $1,000 to buy one. So that's basically where I'm at. Time to build a log hauler. Well, I must say, building in Canada in the winter with cold steel really sucks. Anyway, some of the snow on here, I just dragged it out of the snow bank, brought it in here. You'd think that after having it sit in here, even though it's not insulated, you'd think that some of the snow goes away. Well, no, because it never gets warm enough. So this thing is still cold, but regardless, I got ahead and put some bolts in place. I really didn't have to drill too many holes. Remember how I said that old piece of post that the stop sign was on, the galvanized piece? Well, there it is. See all these holes? I just reused them. See this? See that nice angled piece? Well, that's the bench, the weightlifting bench. This piece down here, you might recognize that, any of you who exercise. I'm not saying I don't, but I definitely know lift weights. But that is the top part on a weightlifting bench. It already had a post, or I guess a piece of metal, sticking in that way. So I just went ahead and I pushed it into this piece of steel I had laying around, and sort of relied on the fact that this piece was telescopic in the weightlifting bench, and so it had all these holes in the side. So I went ahead and used those holes. So I haven't really drilled anything hardly. The odd thing I drilled, and I think some of the few things I drilled was, where the heck? Oh yeah, right there. So I had to drill one hole in this galvanized bar here, and one hole up here in this galvanized bar to mount the winch to, and then I had to drill one hole right here. So really didn't have to do a heck of a lot. Now, that's great. However, some of my concern is the thickness of this steel here. I don't know what that is, but I would say that's even a light 1/8. So that's definitely not much. What else can we see on this thing? Oof. It's a little flimsy because it's just sort of loosely put together. I want to try my hand at some welding here, but picked these up on Amazon. Picked these wheels up. No, they weren't $15. I think they were $20, maybe a little bit more. I think they were 20 for both though. So I think that was pretty good buy. I had these old what do you call them? C-bolts? Falls in the used to know category. Regardless, I had this hardware floating around, so didn't have to buy that. Rusted in like a day and a half. So other than that, this coupler had this lying around. So you'll notice it doesn't fit the bar I had. It's off by quite a bit, but we're going to try to make it work. And other than that, I think those wheels, we've stuck to plan. Those are the only things I've bought so far with this thing. So what I'm going to try here is to do a little bit of welding, and hopefully all goes well. Anti-fog, eh? No, definitely not. Well, as you guys noticed, that wasn't a grinding disc, but that's the last one I had. I don't want to run out to the store right now. But anyways, I tried to check on those welds, and they're pretty bad. So just as I expected, they're going to need a bit more work here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire up the welder, and I'll see what I can do. I've got a little... let's see, I'll show you guys. I got a little Lincoln Handy Core. This is one, it doesn't actually need any welding gases. I don't know what the name of that is, but flux core maybe. But anyways, this is the unit I'm going to use. It's not a very heavy duty unit. This is a 110 volt unit. It doesn't require a 220 volt like the one beside it. This is the one I'm going to be hooking up here shortly. This one's your typical arc welder or stick welder. This thing I'm definitely not even remotely good at using, but I'm going to try to learn with it. So that's the way it goes. That's the... Not bad. Mind you, I notice nothing's working anymore. That's probably how you blow a breaker. Some of you guys who have one of these units probably know what that's about. But then again, I also got it going from an extension cord into a power bar into the outlet. So for the people out there, it's probably not the best thing to do. So let's try that again. Actually, I'm not that bad this go around. Not that bad. So let's see if I can do any better here. It's actually not bad. I'm very surprised. Fire her up. And I didn't even weld the tip to the steel. That's something. Yeah, what's going on here? This pretty much sums up my welding. The other bad thing with this unit, the trigger sticks, so basically the wire just keeps coming out. That's not bad. I turned the corner here. Where's my application for the red seal? Oh, all right. Excuse my French. Yeah, there's another prime example of my welding. I thought I was welding the one spot, but turns out my hand moved and now I'm welding probably a good ½ inch below where I thought. So let's try her again. Well, I'd say about half that was good. Mind you, the trigger stuck again. So, yeah. Geez, it's cold out here. I can really feel my hands. And then it went dark. That there's the joy of not having my actual welder wired up properly and just using the 110 volt unit. It's pulling the amps and it definitely trips the breaker from time to time. So because of that, I think I'm going to shut her down for now. Don't want those wires getting as hot as this welder. Anyways,